So let's now talk about her colors. So if you know about Billy Showell, then you will probably know that she has designed a botanical watercolor set with Sennelier and picked 12 colors to go in the palette. So ignore these two. These were the additional colors which I will talk about in a minute. So all of these colors right here are the 12 colors that come in this box. Now I rearranged them. I think they had a different order when you purchase them, so if it looks a bit different to you, then that is why. And here are the swatches. So in brief, they are great for botanical art. They really are great because they Sennelier watercolors apparently are deemed to be the best when it comes to layering and glazing, and this is the technique that is commonly used in botanical art, so that is why they're great. So let's move on to the interesting part of the watercolor. So basically this is the book. In the fourth book, Billy then announces and introduces us to Sennelier, because so you get to see here Sennelier, and then she talks about her Sennelier new palette, and then there is a note that says a conversion chart for Winsor Newton and Sennelier paints is available on my website. So that's a very useful thing. I have gone on her website, and I would recommend that you Google it actually, because I found it wasn't as easy to find it on the website. Whereabouts it was, I'm not sure. I tried to spend a few minutes on it and I couldn't find. Anyways, so if you Google it, it takes you to the right spot on Billy's website, and there basically she has a full list of every single color that is Sennelier and what equivalent it would be in a in Winsor and Newton. So that is really useful. Now what I want to talk to you about, so let's start with this book and then go up. In the set you get, like I said, so this was the order of the order of the colors. It started with blue, then into yellow, oranges, reds, pinks, and then finally purple. So let me just tell you what colors you get. So you get lemon yellow, you get Sennelier yellow deep, quinacridone gold, red orange, Sennelier red, alizarin crimson lake, rose madder lake, Helios purple, dioxazine purple, French ultramarine, cobalt blue, and phthalo blue. So these are the 12 colors that are included in the palette. Now, on top of these, Billy has some additional colors, and I'll just show you in a second. So, I'm not sure which page it was. Just try and find it. So over here, you will find that in fact, Billy has 16 Sennelier colors and 2 by 2 other brands. So on top of the 12 that we just seen, Billy also has in her palette the Blue Violet by Sennelier, Quinacridone Red by Sennelier, Indigo by Sennelier, the Titanium White by Sennelier, which is right here at the bottom. Excluding the white, those are the extra colors. And then here at the bottom you can see Winsor Newton Opera Rose and Shinhan Bright Violet. So I have purchased all of the colors. The only outstanding one, which I'm waiting now for about, I actually ordered it somewhere in December and it's now beginning of February, so it's been almost 2 months. On Jackson's Art it's been sold out, and it's back in stock, but anyways, it's been a bit of a headache, but it should be arriving soon. They confirmed. So Quinacridone Red is the only one outstanding in my palette from all of those. So that's her current palette. That is what she's using, and that's I believe, what she has been using for a few years now. This is the third book. Interestingly enough, in the third book, she's not, Billy's not talking about her palette once. So there is no mention about what colors she has in her palette. She has a brief mention of the, I think, the primary colors that she has. But it is, in the beginning of the book, we are informed that it's Winsor & Newton, and as you also see at the back here, where she tells you what watercolors you'll need, all of these watercolors are in fact Winsor & Newton, and also they are the exact colors from her palette of the second book. Now let's have a look at that for you. I'm going to jump to the book number 1, where it all started, and show you. So here in the beginning, page 18 of the first book, she has all the Winsor & Newton watercolors. So let's quickly go through them. So here she says what her 6 basic primary colors are: cadmium lemon, cadmium yellow pale, cadmium red deep, permanent rose, French ultramarine, cerulean blue tone. So those are the primary colors, which are all within the entire set. So here she has a total of 15 colors. So let's have a look. So she's got a indigo, titanium white, cadmium lemon, cadmium yellow pale, cadmium orange, permanent rose, alizarin crimson, cadmium red deep, quinacridone red, ultramarine violet, mauve, quinacridone magenta, cerulean blue tone, cobalt blue, and French ultramarine. So those are all the 15 colors. Okay, now when we move on to the second book, which is this fruit and veg book, there Billy has done some adjustments to her palette. So here on page 26, you then can see again, so all of these watercolors are Winsor & Newton. So here you'll see that Billy has done some adjustments to her palette. So now she has 16 colors within her palette, and apart from adding 1 color to her palette, she also swapped 2 colors. So I will tell you, so she's got all of these colors over here and all of these colors over there. So she basically has taken out mauve, and she has taken the cerulean blue tone from her previous palette, and she has added opera rose, Winsor violet, and Winsor blue. So let's try and find these. So here is opera rose, Winsor violet, and Winsor blue green shade. Okay, so these 3 are the new colors that she added to her palette in the second book. So that was interesting to see, and I always find that quite intriguing to see what colors one picks and why, because currently I am, last night actually I was staying up quite late trying to put together 12 color palette for myself, and it is a very interesting and actually quite a complicated process as I realized. Yeah, so I hope you found this interesting. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.